Wow. How old is that? Hey guys, Randy here, and welcome aboard the Seabee Traveler Channel. You can see we got a little bit of weather last night. Got a little time lapse of the storm moving through. It was a big old dust storm before it hit, kind of like a real monsoon. And then I was able to get out and get a couple pictures afterwards and watching the rain cross the sky. And this morning I woke up and thought it was going to be a good sunrise. Got a little picture this morning before I got ready to take off this morning. And I'm still buzzing from yesterday, getting to see that Bonita Canyon. How beautiful was that? All those rock formations. And then finishing off the day by touring Shakespeare Ghost Town. That was an amazing tour as well. A lot of history. If you haven't seen that one yet, make sure to check it out. It was a good time. But today, whole new day, got to make some more miles. Heading down to South Texas. We're gonna stop by some place. No cars coming. Don't want to run over that guy. But yeah, we're going to do something a little bit different. There's a community rose garden that I wanted to check out. It's it's in El Paso, which is it's only about, I think, 30 minutes away, and it's just across the Texas border. So that should be pretty fun, pretty neat little place to visit, take a break. And also, since I'm there, I wanted to do a quick drive out to the Fort Bliss National Cemetery and check that out. And then from there, another plan to go down to, we're going to drive down to Fort Stockton and walk around the old fort down there. So, a lot of stuff to do today. Got to make some miles. And yeah, it's going to be a fun one. All right, we're just about to the Municipal Rose Garden. Pretty nice little drive down, huh? Had a little bit of weather. Caught a nice rainbow. Not a rainbow trout. Nice rainbow in the sky. It's always a treat to get something like that when you're driving. But yeah, it should be just right up here. I think it's, yep, right up here. There it is. Here we go. So this is, I'm a little bit early. Well, there's a car down there. Maybe they'll open it. I probably have 10 minutes before it opens. But, wow, just first impressions are this is different than I thought it was going to be. It's going to be super nice. Like birds are talking to each other. Here we are, the Municipal Rose Garden, El Paso, Texas. This is going to be new to me. I do not know anything about flowers. But this is a Municipal Rose Garden And man, after a nice rain last night, you can really smell let's see here. Better Home and Gardens highest community honor. Well, 1937. So it's been around for a while. Wow. Oh, this is, check this out. Wow, look at that. St. Francis, look how those roots. Wow. How old is that? Those roots have grown in to those rocks. Wow. Let's go check out the back side of this. That is beautiful. I love that. Here's a little bit better view. And it's different tiers. Looks like 2 levels, 3 levels. I like these, I think these what, cypress trees? These tall ones. Oh, sorry, Wow. There are no pets allowed here except for service animals. Hey, buddy. Just checking out your house, that's all. How pretty is this? Vines and trees have covered that whole stairway. Wow, that is so cool. Here's another plaque. Let's see what this says. Theodore Harris. The El Paso Municipal Rose Garden, founded in 1957. Dedicated in 1988. They're all birds are talking to each other still. Here's a rest and relaxation area. Little sundial, I think. There's a lot of information on that. So 1986, it was presented to the Rose Garden. Imagine in the spring when everything is just blooming. This is just beautiful. Roses of all sorts of colors. And they have these little signs that'll... Now they have markers, so I wonder if... Oh, here we go. Grandiflora. Here's another one of these arched stairways. But they have these little markers here. See, this one says B7. So I wonder if there's a map somewhere to show you. In loving memory of classy lady Davina Cohen, an ARS dedicated judge. All American Rose sections. So these are all American roses. Hybrid tea, touch of class. See if I can get closer to read that. It's starting to sprinkle on me a little bit too. This is not something I thought I would be walking around in. But beautiful, these sunflowers. Man. Their hours are, they open at 8 in the morning. Let's walk down this way. They open at 8 in the morning, and the gates are locked until then. Oh, there's more down here. And I got here just as it opens, so there is nobody here right now. Look at this. I think I came in the side gate, but this must be the main gate. I bet this was a waterfall at one point, you think? Yeah, looks like probably was. Probably was a waterfall at one time. I bet that would be a real sight to see when that's going. Wow, there's a... All right, let's go. Oh, here's part of that waterfall, and it goes underneath. Oh man, too bad it's not working right now. With all the leaves, everything looks like it hasn't been going for a little while. Maybe they'll get it fixed. Wow, it goes way back here. Really am impressed. The flowers aren't my thing, but I do love the smell, and I love the blooms. I like the beauty of all this. See if I can get a better view, but being from Arizona, this kind of gives me the feel of Tucson a little bit, just because of the tall mountains in the background, like Mount Lemmon or something like that. But El Paso. And there's no fee to get in here. It's just walk at your own leisure, enjoy it. It's starting to rain a little bit harder now, so I may have to well, when I was doing my research and thought I might stop by here, I did not expect it to be this nice and this big. I thought it'd be a little bit smaller than this. But if you like flowers and beautiful scenery, this is a place to come. I am really impressed with this. It's a quick little stop. Yeah, it's a quick little, I was just looking to see if there's anything else that I missed, but it's a nice quick little stop just to stretch your legs, enjoy some scenery, take a little break from getting out of the driving. My back was getting a little bit sore from being on the roads, but man, I have got to say, this was a very nice experience for me. It's well maintained, just beautiful. All right, well, I think I'm gonna head back to the truck. My favorite thing, well, the two things I like are these arched stairways with these vines and these trees. But that statue with that hit my head on a branch. But that statue over there with those roots growing out of the rocks, that was, for some reason, I really, really liked that. Maybe it's just because it shows how old that is. Man, all right, well, let's head back out. I've got a couple other things to do. There's one last look. If you're ever in El Paso, Texas, you want to stretch your legs, this is the place to come. All right. Well, that was fun. Man, what a nice place that was. But yeah, I wanted to head over real quick to the Fort Bliss National Cemetery. I think it's only about 10-15 minutes, so it's not too far. And since I was in this area, before I head out of town, I wanted to make a quick stop out there. All right, we are just about there. Wait, there's a lot of dogs. People walking dogs right here. There's more. There must be look at that. There must be something going on with people walking their dogs right here. That's interesting. But we're real close to the cemetery, and it's always a little bit of a sobering experience when you come to one of these. My grandfather he's in the Cave Creek National Cemetery in the Phoenix area. Oh, there's more dogs there. Let's see, should just be right up here. It's kind of weird. We're driving directly underneath this bridge that we were on before. But all right, here we go. So the cemetery is just here on the left. All right, here we go. Oh, this is nice and green. The one in Cave Creek, Arizona, it's of course it's in the desert, so it has more of a desert feel out there. But this is beautiful. Well, I'm always amazed at how these the gravestones just line up so straight. It's just an amazing thing to me. All right, so I'm just going to tour around a little bit, drive, and just kind of soak in the atmosphere here. Here's something I didn't expect at the National Cemetery. These are German POWs. So if a family member wanted to come see them where they were buried, 1944. 46. These are all later. Here's a 1943. I see a little storyboard I'm gonna go take a quick look at. Oh, Italian. There's some Italian. It's a small little section here. So these So it's just a small little let's see. Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3. These 3 little rows. Let's see what the storyboard says. And there's just as much respect for them as there are for the American soldiers. Cool. Let's go see what the storyboard says. Prisoner of war and foreign national burials. With the passage of the Lend-Lease Act in 41, began training programs. Mexican revolutionaries. The original post cemetery, now part of Fort Bliss National Cemetery, contains an unusual variety of foreign nationals buried. Most are World War II. Enemy POWs and civilian internees. Huh. Well, that's cool. All right. Well, I'm ready to hit the road. This was it was such a cool little spot to stop and visit. I always enjoy doing that when I can. But we have got some distance to cover. We've got about 240 miles down to Fort Stockton. I wanted to get down to that museum, and I don't have enough time to stop at all the places I really want to, just because I have a date that I have to get down to South Padre Island for my Seabee reunion. So anyways, I'm going to get on the freeway, make some time, and hopefully enjoy the scenery. Wow, what a difference a couple hundred miles can make. Who would have thought? But you can see the terrain has definitely changed. Farther south we go, the flatter it's getting, and the humidity is up. You can see the clouds are a little more puffy as we're heading down into towards the Gulf down there. But yeah, wide open spaces. One good thing about this stretch is we're still on I-10, and speed limit's, I don't know, 85 miles an hour or something. Yeah, so making some good time, and the weather is good, so it's nice to see the weather stayed clear for me. We're not too far away from where we're going to turn off, and then from that point we're going to get off of I-10. But yeah, Fort Stockton, can't wait to get there, check it out.
All we need is a place to be and a few good friends for some company. If you'd like to stay, you don't have to leave. We'll leave the lights on and the door unlocked. If you drop on by, you don't have to knock. We're happy to share whatever we've got.
Historic Fort Stockton. The clouds are really starting to build up on me. I do think we're going to have enough time to walk around the fort. The visitor center, unfortunately, is closed, but I knew that coming in. I just still wanted to stop and take a look at this fort. It's an old style fort, and I've never been in this part of Texas before, so I wanted to check it out while I was here. Never know when I'm going to get back down this way, so Might as well take the time now while I'm here. And by the looks of it, I'll have the place to myself. Not one person is here. Wow. Parking lot. You know, this road is old. I wonder if this is the main parking lot. I see the Fort Stockton sign there. I don't know. We can still park here. We'll walk around and look at the different buildings. I did see a little path in there too. So this is gonna be kind of neat. I'm ready to check this thing out. What do you say? All right, Fort Museum, this way. From what I see so far, this is going to be a neat little walk. Hey, check it out. You got, looks like mesquite branches for this awning, which fits, because down here I see a lot of mesquite. Even on the drive down, it's all you really saw was just mesquites, far as you can see. Let's see if maybe we're open. Maybe we'll get lucky. Nope. Not open. I knew that though. But you can see this path kind of walks all the way around. There's buildings all in a big circle, kind of. This is the visitor center. Living History Day. See, you can see it kind of winds all the way around. There's houses over there. It looks like maybe a parade ground, and then there's another building, a couple buildings to finish off with. So all in all, this must have been a parade ground or something here. So all in all, I think we're gonna get a good little bit of exercise. I could use it after that long drive. Oh, these were barracks. Okay. So this is a barracks. That makes sense. Rock foundation. Adobe bricks. Ah, and there's a kitchen. Oh, so there's a kitchen right next to the barracks? Huh. Huh. It was kitchen 1. It says kitchen 1. Well, let's check this storyboard out. I do see some around, so we'll have plenty of information as we walk around. Let me I had to fix their sign for them. All right, so this is a floor plan of what the typical barracks looked like. Enlisted soldier. So they had foot soldier and cavalry here. Here's a picture of the old barracks. They had one fireplace, and the first sergeant had his own room, living it up. Looks like there might be some buildings over there. I see one of those markers. Look how dry it is here in this part. It's kind of gravelly. I wonder. But yeah, there's a little path over there. Oh, hey, check this out. There's a little pad here. Wonder what this was. Oh well. There's some sort of, looked like flagstone. Alright, so let's see. This is the path that leads over. Let's see here. We've got Rollins Sibley House, Hovey School. We'll go check that out in a little bit. But I wanted to go check this building out. It's closer. That other place looked like it might have been on private property or something. I didn't know if I can get all the way back there or not to see the buildings. We'll figure it out. Let's see here. This was the, oh, that's a sign for that church back there, the St. Stephen's Episcopal Church. I was wondering what that was. I saw it. Looked old, but it looks like it's been refurbished. Looks nice. So what do we have here? Building, the bricks are a lot bigger. Look at that. It's not that adobe stuff that we saw. Is this some sort of stockade? See if I can squeeze in here. I don't know what this is. It's got stone walls. You can see the roof has been redone. But yeah, when it's open, I guess, it looks like it has a big wooden heavy door. But I imagine this is open when the museum is open. Yeah, check out that door. It's like reinforced. See a fireplace. I can't quite read that. Wow. Let's see what the storyboard says. It's a map of the what the fort looked like in 1884. Well, they had a guardhouse, officers' quarters, commissary, workshop. The location of the fort was chosen for its abundant water from large natural springs. By the time the fort was established, the Comanche no longer passed this way. So they had a granary, a cistern, post quartermaster's office, and that's how it was laid out. And there's a big parade ground right in the middle. I guess if they had, with cavalry, they had to have a pretty big space to practice, I guess, riding the horses. I don't know, training, I guess. I don't know what you do with the horses when you're trying to march. Well, let's go, let's take a look down at this end. So they do have a ramp. It is handicap accessible. That's not, oh, so this was the guardhouse. Okay. You see here the sign, guardhouse. And it is a little more beefy. I wonder with just if it was built later with better material. There's a big blocks in there. Man. Alright, let's see what this says. Fort Stockton Guardhouse. Founded in 1859, Fort Stockton was abandoned during the Civil War and reestablished in 1867. And that's when the guardhouse was built. Quarried locally, the lumber was hauled from Indianola by ox cart. It had a room with arm and leg irons, a dungeon for solitary confinement, and quarters for the guards. Here's another storyboard. Welcome to historic Fort Stockton. Please check in at the barracks. Look at that old picture again. Oh, and there's some cavalry on the parade grounds. Check that out. Wow, there's some at the barracks. Check in at barracks number 1 and pay admission fee. This will allow preservation efforts. See, this was... Alright, well, let's make our way over to what looks like might be the officers' quarters. They're a lot nicer. That's where that flagpole is over there. Well, these look nice over here. Officers had it made. I'm trying to see if there's a storyboard up here somewhere to tell me what these were. But on that map, okay, here we go. Officer quarter 8. So there were 8 of these houses. Look up top, you can see they did some roof restoration up there. Some new shingles. Wow, that's neat. Looks like we can walk up there. Well, let's walk down here a little bit first to see if I can find something to tell me. I know they're officers' quarters, but some information about them maybe. Nice benches out on the porch. This is number 7. Wonder how many there were total. Oh, here's a sign. Officers' quarters. When Fort Stockton was rebuilt in 1867 to protect the route to El Paso, 7 homes were erected for officers' families, built with rocks, foundations, and thick adobe walls. The fort closed in 1886. So three of the residents of the 7 are still standing. Very interesting. Looks like they're missing the little storyboard here. And here's some additional parking. So it looks like you can get in from a couple different directions. This looks like it's more used on this side. That house looks lived in. I don't know. What does that say? I can't. Oh, more officers' quarters. Private residence. Yeah, so somebody actually lives in there. How cool would that be to live in an old officers' quarters from Fort Stockton? Wow. Oh, here's another sign. Officers' Row. 8 officer quarters were built. Okay, they burned, one of which burned in 1872. Oh, so if you had a, look at those, oh, there they are, the old ones. So if you had a house and an officer came in that outranked you, you had to move out so he can take your house. Wow. That's cold-blooded, man. Well, that was the rules, I guess, back then. So these are the other barracks. Barracks number 2, and they had a kitchen to themselves. So they had one kitchen for each of the barracks. Wow. Not too bad. It's too bad it's not open. I'd really be interested. I wish I could come back when they were open. That'd be really interesting to see this inside these buildings. Well, and there's some restrooms it looks like, and then this is back to where we started. Very interesting. Alright, well, you know what? I think I'm going to get in the truck and drive down the road a little bit to see if we can get to that other schoolhouse and see if we can see that church from the road. Because it sure looked like we'd be walking on private property to go look at those buildings. Anyways, let me get to the truck and we'll take a little drive. Alright, it looks like if I take a right here, then I can get over to those other buildings. Nice little, what is that across? Nice and green across there, whatever that is. But yeah, this on the right is the old school that I wanted to check out. Wow, that looked like it was pretty well preserved. And then right up here, looks like I can take a right, and that will take us over to the front of that old Episcopal church. All right. Well, I'm going to come up here, make a little bit of, I'm going to have to turn around. I'm going to park in this lot right across the street. Looks like a good place to park. And here we are. St. Peter's Episcopal Church. Yeah, I don't want to park in here. I'm just going to park across the street. Alright, I'm all parked up. And let's see what this has to say. St. Stephen's Episcopal Church, originally constructed at Pecos. Oh, so they moved it here. 54 miles. It's a very pretty building, and it's still in use. You can see the little schedule on that board there. Wow, that's a pretty scene right there. And then over here, I'm not sure what's going on here. Let's see what this board has to say, because that looks like it's private residence up there too. History. Okay, so the driving tour is that way. St. Stephen Episcopal Church, Rollins Sibley House. The Hovey School was established at a railway stop and named after 80-year-old Ada Fuller Criswell, Hovey school teacher. In 1914, she was a teacher. And they're adding the steeple on the church right there. Look at that. It's that same one. Wow. And that was the Rollins house in 1905. So it officially closed in 1938, and in 1987 is when they moved it here. Well, since we can't get into these, I noticed a visitor center on my way here, so let's go check that out. Alright, so this visitor center caught my eye as we were heading over to the fort. But I wanted to stop in here real quick. I see some storyboards, and that building looked pretty neat and looked pretty old. So I wanted to see what that was too. So let me get parked and take another little stroll. How about that? Alright, first impression is it's pretty. I like these silhouettes of the Comanche on their horses. The Great Comanche War Trail. The Comanche War Trail. Every September since the 19th century. Let's see what, here's another, there's quite a few storyboards here. Let's check this one out. Comanche Springs. Wow, there was a lot of water at one time. You could see, this is probably the reason they built the fort here. But it only flows in the winter now because of irrigation during the summer. Was this the original spring? Can't be. I don't think so. Wow. Yeah, so it only runs, and then they used, looks like it says that they used so much of the water for irrigation into the aquifer when they drilled down that it lost most of the water that it had. So now it only runs in the winter time when they're not using all the irrigation for the fields. That's a neat building, huh? Fort Stockton. That'd be a pretty good picture there. But let's see. Look at the cabooses, a couple of them back there. I'm making my way over to this storyboard so we can see what this building's all about. Fort Stockton Visitor Center is located in the original Kansas City. Also, it's built in 1911, and there's a picture of it. Prior to second story removal. Oh, some floor plans too. Wow. So it had a second story to this. And it said 1991 the city got it and refurbished it. Very interesting. Look at that old wood deck back there. Nice patio area. I like this type of construction. The block, the keystone lintels up there. Well, no second floor anymore, like they said. So, anyways, let's see what these have to say. Look at that. There's a deck I was talking about. It's old timbers. City of Fort Stockton Tourism Enhancement Project 2010. City council members. Looks like they've really kept this building up. Looks really nice. Way to go, Fort Stockton. Well, there's a couple more storyboards over there that we haven't seen. It's a nice, pretty scene. Water flowing. I see some wind turbines over here and some solar panels. Here's another look at the waterfall. Imagine that Comanche Springs when it was full bore, putting all the water out. Let's see. 9th Cavalry, Fort Stockton, and Edward Hatch. So when the U.S. Army withdrew during the Civil War, Confederate troops took over for a little bit, and Colonel Hatch reestablished it in 1867, I believe. 1866. Yeah, you can see the wind's picking up a little bit. That storm's looks like it's coming in. We still have a little bit of road to get across so I can find a place to camp tonight. Pecos County Renewable Energy Park. So I got some wind turbines, some solar panels back there. There's a better view of them. Turbines aren't working. It's a little bit windy. They're not working right now. So, anyways, that was a fun little stop. But like I said, we have some miles to get to where we're camping tonight. It's going to be lakeside, hopefully. All right. Well, Fort Stockton, thank you. That was fun. Real good job on the fort. And there's other stuff to see here. But we've got to get a lot of miles behind us still. Probably got about another 175 miles to go down to Lake Amistad. How does that song go? We've got a long ways to go and a short time to get there. We gonna do what they say can be done. That was one of my favorite movies, Smokey and the Bandit. First one. The other two, they were okay. But yeah, look at this. The storm is moving in, and look how wide open it is again. There is not a lot to see between here and the lake where we're going to be camping at, Lake Amistad. It's a national recreation area. Didn't make reservations, probably didn't need to. I'm sure middle of the summer, not too many people are going to be dry camping. So anyways, yet a little bit to get there, and we are on our way. All right, we are getting close. Just up here is, I see bridges that are going to be crossing over the lake. Wow, yeah, looks pretty low. I like that train bridge over there on the right. Hey, and check this out. Over on the right, there's a train coming up behind us. He's crossing the exact same time we are. Wow. I don't think I could have planned that any better. That was just pure luck. But anyways, yeah, the lake looks really low. We've seen that a lot in Arizona. I just don't know. Drought conditions down here. You would think this, we're still middle, West Texas, but still towards the middle. I did not expect it to be this low. But anyways, just right up here is the campground I'm going to be staying at. You can kind of see off to the left there as part of it. So what I'm going to do is find my way over there and see if I can't get a spot to camp. Alright, I found it. Wasn't the easiest place to find, actually. A couple turns, twists and turns. You can see the bridge we were on and the train bridge across the way here. Let's see, campground to the right. Camp fee per night. So, well, it looks like there's a kiosk right here. I want to get pulled over and check out some of the rules and regulations, pay for my spot, and it looks empty. So that's good news. All right, let me get my ticket. Woo, a little windy. All right, let's see here. Protective screen. Oh, good, you can use credit card. All right. So it's $10 a night. Amistad recreational opportunities. That's a big reservoir. National Recreation Area. Governor's Landing. I think that's where we're at. All right, let me get paid, see if I can find a spot to camp. Well, that was pretty painless. All right, let's go find a spot to sleep for the night. Well, found a spot. Sprinkling on me a little bit, but I've got a cover here. It's all dry camping, but honestly, I stayed at a Aweigh last night, and I was dry camping there too. But look at that lake. It's kind of sucks. It's a little bit too windy and rainy to get the drone up. And plus, I'm pretty close to the border, so I don't know if I can. I have to look and see if I can fly it here. But yeah, just like Arizona, that lake looks really low. You can see where it used to be. And over there are the bridges we crossed. The train bridge and then the one we drove on. All right, well, I'm gonna grab me something to eat. Believe it or not, it's like 7 o'clock at night. It's still pretty light out for 7 o'clock. But anyways, I think that's gonna do it. I'm gonna sign off, and just remember, never say goodbye. Always see you later.